What's up, everybody? This is Operation Motivation. We've got our second episode of 10-Minute Motivation today, where we interview college students and high school students that are killing it, they're successful, and they're happy wherever they're at in life. And we talk about what has gotten them up to that point thus far. And I'm here today with Tarin Denney. Tarin is a sophomore, right?
Yep.
Here at Vanderbilt. I interviewed Ariana last week, and she told me to get into contact with you and make this happen, so I'm really glad that we could do this.
Thanks for having me.
So I'll ask about 5 questions.
Okay.
Over the course of the interview, each will probably take about 2 minutes, hence 10-minute motivation.
Sounds good.
You ready to go?
Yep.
Awesome. So the first question I have is just about Ariana's presidential election, because the reason why she said I should interview you is because you were probably one of, if not the strongest support system that she had throughout the election, which I'm not sure if that's something that you were aware of or if you knew about, but I would love to hear your experience with that election and then generally talk about what you do here at Vanderbilt too.
Okay. So basically just within the context of that election, I was involved in VSG as a first year. I was a floor representative for Murray House. And then with the election, campaign season kind of riles up people trying to get their campaign teams together, and I actually didn't want to be a part of any of that because at Vanderbilt, campaigning can get really petty and really intense and really kind of consumes campus for those weeks, and it's just not something that I wanted to be directly a part of and have that stress. So I didn't want to work for either of the campaigns and just kind of wanted to be apart from that and offer a neutral opinion and a neutral voice for students who felt like they were bombarded by campaigning all the time, because everybody knows we have enough going on this campus
So true. Yeah.
to deal with already. But and then I ended up meeting with Ariana, just talking about, I wanted to hear her vision for campus because I'd heard the other sides, and I just wanted to just kind of find out why she wanted to do it. And we actually ended up having just an awesome, just super productive conversation. That was the only first or second time I'd actually met her in person. And then that just kind of started a conversation and a friendship that we've been able to just support each other through our various interests and involvement and stuff. And I just felt pretty blessed by the opportunity to connect with her on that before campaigning got super crazy, and just kind of meet her and go into that.
That's awesome. And what do you do on campus now? What are you up to your
Now,
sophomore year?
okay. This year, I'm on VSG Elections Commission, so we handle all of it was kind of crazy a week ago because we had all the first year elections and senator elections and stuff, so we handle all that. And then still on the slant, I'm a Commons RA, Gillette House, Gillette 2, love it, so much fun, super rewarding. Probably one of the best experiences of college so far has been being a Commons RA, especially as a sophomore, because it's a really interesting dynamic because I'm only a year older than them. A couple of them are older than me, but I still have a year on them. So it's a really interesting dynamic because I can tell that I'm going to be friends with them for the next 4 years, if not 3 years, if not life. So that's really awesome. What else am I doing? I don't even know. Whenever people ask me that question. Oh, I'm really involved in Delt fraternity. I'm the assistant rush chair. I was really involved in it last year. I'm also the assistant chair for diversity and inclusion and campus activism in Delt, which is something I'm super passionate about. So I actually never thought I would join Greek life. I was came in super anti-Greek life for a lot of systemic, for a lot of reasons that have to deal with systemic issues surrounding Greek life that I don't agree with. But I ended up finding a really awesome community in Delt, and been pretty involved with that as well.
It's great.
Especially this year.
So what was your role in Delt again?
Okay, so
Your
last year I was
assistant-
my pledge class president, and then
Right.
this year I'm the assistant rush chair.
Assistant rush chair.
And also assistant chair for diversity and inclusion.
That's okay.
Mhm.
You said you were very
So-
passionate about that one, about diversity and inclusion. Why do you think that is?
Yeah, but I just think that, especially because I have that white privilege, I can hopefully use that by being quiet and listening. Hopefully I can use my privilege to help lift up people on campus that wouldn't normally have that, or help their voices be heard, because I think it's bullshit. Am I allowed to swear?
Sure.
I think it's bullshit that some people's voices can be heard more than others. That's just, to me, that's not good in any way, shape, or form. So if I can do my part to help fix that, then I don't see why I wouldn't. Like,
That's awesome.
I feel like I have a duty to. So
That's very, very cool. No, I respect the heck out of that. I think that's fantastic. So you're involved in a lot of stuff
yeah.
on campus. And, you know, I think what a lot of people, like you said, struggle with on this campus is there's so many opportunities here to do things that you're passionate about. And you run the risk of getting over-involved.
Yeah.
And then either falling behind in any one of those organizations, you fall behind academically, stuff like that. How do you keep a sense of balance in your life? How do you structure your day? Are there any habits or practices that you have to make sure that everything in your life stays in order?
I say no to a lot of things.
Do you?
I remember in high school, it's, especially for a lot of first years, like, you'll probably be coming from a high school where you were one of the best. That's why
Right.
you're here. So you were probably involved in everything, whether or not you really liked it or not. But when you get here, you're surrounded by other people who are also the best and who can also do a good job with other things. So I found it really helpful to find the things that I was most passionate about. I'm not afraid anymore to quit things or say no to things. I was on, starting at the end of like last year, and then up until this fall, I was on the editorial board for the Slant. But I ended up stepping down this fall because I couldn't commit that much time to it, and also do the other things well. I'm not playing lacrosse this fall. I may in the spring, but it was just too much of a time commitment and not as rewarding as the other things that I was involved in. So I decided to step back from that so that I would have more time to focus on common stuff, Delt stuff, things that I found most rewarding.
That's awesome.
So don't be afraid to say no to things. I've heard one of my good friends pointed out this quote to me. That was saying no a lot of times is saying yes to yourself.
I like that.
So
Yeah.
don't be afraid to say no to things.
That's awesome. Very cool. Okay, so switching gears now
Okay.
a little bit. What do you think is the biggest myth about Vanderbilt or about college in general?
One of the biggest things for me, at least, was surrounding yourself with people who make you feel good about yourself, who will hold you accountable, but also you enjoy spending time with, and who give you energy rather than take it from you.
I like that. That's huge.
There's been several times in my point here where I realized that I'm spending time with people who are great friends and awesome people who don't necessarily help me become the best version of myself. Which, like, I love having like those friends because they're amazing and they're loyal and they'll help you. But I now try to spend as much of my time as possible with people who make me feel good, like, and who give me energy, because you don't have unlimited time, so you have to choose carefully who you're friends with and who you're able to spend that precious time with.
I think that's huge. It reminds me of a quote, which is, you are the sum total of the 5 people that you spend the most time
Great quote.
with. I think that's huge, especially at a university like this where there are so many incredible people that you'll run into on a daily basis. Once you find like your core 4, your core 5, it's amazing how much growth you see in yourself, how much you're challenged on a regular basis, and how much energy they give you too as a result. I think that's awesome advice. Yeah, that's awesome. All right, so one more question is, looking back, and granted, you're in a unique position. You're only 1 year removed from your freshman year. But if you could give yourself a piece of advice, freshman year at about this time, right? So we're like in midterms, academics are really starting to pick up. What would you tell yourself about a year ago today?
Take some time to breathe. Everything gets going. I still need to do this. You'll have one Sunday with 7 meetings, and then you have a midterm that Tuesday, and then a paper due that Thursday, and then you also have meetings in between then, and classes, and your friends always want to hang out because like you're all on commons together. Take some time to breathe. It's okay to just shut your door and just put on some acoustic music or whatever like makes you feel good, and just breathe. Like, that's one thing that I still need to do more of, but we've started talking more about self-care on this campus, but
which is great. My gosh,
we have to actually do it and not just talk about it.
Yeah.
Because sometimes I'll like tell all my residents, be like, oh, you guys got to take care of yourself, take time for self-care, and then I'm going meeting, paper, I don't have time for this,
3 hours of sleep, wake up the next morning, do it all over again.
No, so breathe, pause.
That's awesome. piece of advice. This is fantastic. Thank you so much for doing this. I got one more question for
Okay.
you. I lied a little bit. Who do you think I should interview next for 10-Minute Motivation, episode 3? Someone that's had a big impact on your life here at Vanderbilt in a positive way.
Lauren Pack.
Lauren Pack?
I
Okay.
would interview her.
I will talk to the Pack.
She is amazing. VSG Elections Commission chair. She's great.
Great.
I would talk to her.
Well, thank you, Tarin.
Awesome.
This has
Thank
been
you.
another episode of 10-Minute Motivation. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, thank you to Tarin Denney for taking time out of your busy as heck life right now in order to sit down and chat about this kind of stuff. I
Of course.
really appreciate it. Hope you guys have a great rest of your day and check back to the channel for more videos coming soon.